Back here at Fort Morgan High School with Corey Riddle. This is Brian Nickel. We will get you the starting lineups now, and that starting lineup is brought to you by Cargill Beef. Cargill Beef is committed to feeding the world in a responsible way by reducing environmental impact and continuously improving products and processes. Learn about Cargill's story of commitment at www.cargill.com. And starting lineup for your Lady Mustangs tonight is sophomore Kelsey Shaver, sophomore Hallie Shaver, sophomore Haley Lewis, junior Abby Mussman, and senior Lindsay Nestor. Starting for the Sterling Tigers, sophomore Brooke Polens, junior Kylie Chavez, junior Taylor Knudsen, junior Abby Brower, and senior Jenna Knudsen. Jenna Knudsen is the leading scorer for the Tigers. She comes in averaging 18.6 points a game. Abby Brower next at 10.3 points a game, and Kylie Chavez 9.2 points a game. For the Fort Morgan Lady Mustangs, their leading scorer on the year is Haley Lewis with 13.7. Kelsey Shaver is next at 4.6, and Hallie Shaver is third at 3.7. Haley Lewis also has 84 rebounds this season. Lindsay Nestor with 44, and Abby Mussman with 38. So we should have they just introduced the starting non-starters for Sterling and Fort Morgan. Now they're just getting into the starting lineups now for the Sterling Tigers. So while they're doing that, our next broadcast after tonight will be tomorrow night, actually. It will be a Colorado 7 League game with the Fort Morgan boys and girls once again here at Fort Morgan High School. Scheduled right now, the girls at 5:30 and the boys at 7. So one game out of league right now, and then we will get back into Colorado 7 League play once again tomorrow night. Head coaches for the teams, Fort Morgan, the head coach is Andy Schoen. He is assisted by Dennis Strumke and Carlos Gutierrez. Head coach for the Sterling Tigers is Kent Chrisman. Assistant coaches Kristen Hamill and Paula Edel. So we should have a good contest here tonight as they get ready to get this game underway. The Fort Morgan Mustangs and also the Sterling Tigers. Sterling only has 3 seniors on their team and only one that starts, so they should be another powerhouse next year. As far as the Fort Morgan Mustangs go, only 2 seniors on the team, Lindsay Nestor and Amy Anderson, so a fairly young team here for the Mustangs. 6 sophomores on the varsity, along with 1 freshman and 2 juniors, Abby Mussman and Michaela Forsythe. So getting ready to tip off here, and this tip-off is brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. Looking to find insurance for your car, home, or even for you? Call Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance with 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. They can help you with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions or provide a quote. Waiting here, they get the whistle ready, and we will be underway. Fort Morgan wins the tip as they get it into the hands of Hallie Shaver. Kelsey Shaver, shot from left side, up and off the rim, and no good. Rebounded by Taylor Knudsen as they get the ball down quickly into the hands of Chavez. Now Sterling to set up their offense. Jenna Knudsen out at the point. Chavez back to Knudsen, now over on the far side to Polens. Back, they're just passing the ball around, trying to open something up underneath. Now into the corner is Knudsen. Drive layup is up and no good. Tipped around and taken away by Nestor, her first rebound of the game. But stolen back by the Sterling Tigers, and shot is up and good by Abby Brower. Fort Morgan trying to work against this full court press that Sterling has put on. They get the ball, going to be tipped out of bounds about mid-court. So Fort Morgan will retain possession as they will get it in, and Sterling comes out to meet him. Now they get the ball into the hands of Lindsay Nestor, way out high. She dribbles down across the left side, kicks it into the corner to Shaver, and that is up and good for Hallie Shaver. First 2 points of the night for the Mustangs belong to Hallie Shaver. Kick out on the right side, and that shot is going to be up and good, and that will be Jenna Knudsen. 2 for her now as the Morgan girls get the ball in court, but is having a tough time here. Now the Andy Schoen is going to call a timeout here. It's just going to be a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it right here. The first Fort Morgan score of the game is brought to you by Morgan Federal Bank, a bank that is committed to their community and keeping banking simple. They are on the cutting edge of banking. Stop by 321 Ensign and see what options they have available. Morgan Federal Bank, there is a difference.
There's some tall girls on that Sterling team tonight, Brian.
They come in, let's see, Abby Brower is a starter. She's at 5'10". Taylor Knudsen is at 5'10". Kylie Chavez at 5'7". Brooke Polenz at 5'6". And Jenna Knudsen at 5'8". But they are averaging 65.9 points a game and only giving up 31.8 points. So now Fort Morgan to inbounds. Close court here. Another turnover there by the Mustangs. Through the legs of Shaver. Now a 3, and that is going to be catches nothing but air and goes out of bounds. So Fort Morgan to inbounds right of the Sterling basket as they get the ball into Haley Lewis. Now back to Lindsay Nestor. She gets the ball up court now into the hands of Hallie Shaver. Shaver gets a screen by Nestor. Abby Mussman over on the left side. She needs to get out of the lane though. It's going to be off of Sterling and out of bounds. So Fort Morgan to inbounds right baseline of their basket. 4-2 Sterling. 5:54 to go here, first period of play. That shot is going to be long. It's going to be rebounded by Sterling as they hustle the ball down court into the hands of Polenz. Now over to Chavez, and her shot is up and no good, and tipped out of bounds by Fort Morgan. So Sterling to inbounds, left baseline of their basket. They get the ball into the hands of Chavez. Now cross court. Shot is going to be up by Polenz, and that is going to be up and good for Brooke Polenz. Her first 2 of the night. Shaver now gets it down to Haley Lewis. Haley Lewis pass underneath, going to be up and in for Kelsey Shaver. Nice assist there by Haley Lewis. Nice job by Haley Lewis. We'll get it right here. Hallie Shaver to knock that ball out of bounds. So Sterling to inbound right of their basket. Sterling leads 6-4. As they look to pass this ball around the perimeter. Shot from the left side is going to be up and good for the 3. And that was Taylor Knudsen. Now Nestor looks to get the ball in. She gets it in. Going to be a turnover there by the Mustangs. Shot is up and good by Kylie Chavez. Now we have you say clock? I didn't know if they had a clock issue or what the whistle was, but Fort Morgan to get the ball in, they get it into Hallie Shaver. And it's going to be taken away from her by the Sterling Tigers. Shot is going to be up and no good. And turned over by the Sterling Tigers. I think that's their first turnover of the night.
So four on the night already for the Mustangs. They really got to watch it there when they're throwing the ball in, because that's where they're getting, I think, 4 of their points already is right at the throw-in.
So they got the ball in this time, almost taken away. And it is going to be taken away at the far end as they get the ball up court. They get it over to Polans. Her shot is up and no good. Rebounded at the bucket, tipped around. It's going to be finally taken by Polans. Knudsen now kicks it over to Chavez. Polans over on the right side as she sets it up out at the point. 11-4 Sterling with 4:35 to go. Cross-court pass to Knudsen. Her shot is good from the baseline, and that is Jenna Knudsen for a 2. As Hallie Shaver gets it, that pass is going to be tipped away and going to be taken away by Sterling. Shot is going to be up and good by Taylor Knudsen. So the Mustangs down should be 15-4, I believe. But they're going to take a timeout, so we're going to take one with them on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Fort Morgan High School, where the Lady Mustangs find themselves down 11, 15-4 here in the first period, as they're having a tough time with the pressure here by Sterling. Now they get it into Haley Lewis. Lewis is going to get it to Mussman. Mussman down the left side picks up the dribble. Now it's going to be stolen away from her from the back by Taylor Knudsen. Cross-court pass now to Polans. Polans' shot is going to be up and good. They're just a good bunch of shooters.
Yes, they are.
So Fort Morgan has the ball taken away once again. In the corner for a 3, and that shot is off the rim and no good. Tipped around and off of Sterling. So Fort Morgan will get possession as the Sterling Tigers make some substitutions. Lindsay Nestor gets it into Mussman in the corner. Now she passes it to Shaver. Now Haley Lewis all the way up from the left side is up and good on the layup. Haley Lewis with 2. 17-6 Sterling. As they get the ball underneath to Abby Brower. Now it's going to be to Kendall Feather, and her shot is up and good. So not just 1 or 2 people that can hit the ball shot for the Sterling Tigers. Everybody seems to have a hot hand right now. That's probably why they average 65 points a game. As the Mustangs look to slow it down with just under 3 minutes to go. Haley Lewis out at the point. Now they get it over to Mussman. Mussman to Hallie Shaver, now to Kelsey. Back to Nestor as the Mustangs are just working this ball around. They're going to call a foul on Jenna Knudsen. Will be her first on a reach foul out at the point. So the Mustangs inbounds over on the far side as they get it into Mussman. Shaver now out high, back to Mussman out on the left wing. Cross court to Nestor. Nestor head fake. They just keep passing the ball around here. Just as long as they pass it up and don't have a turnover here, maybe they can shorten this game up a little bit and keep it out of the hands of the Tigers. And then just like that, we say that, and the steal in the corner. Layup is going to be up and good by Kendall Feather. Not only do they hit their shots, they get down court in a hurry and get their layups. Now another takeaway over in the far corner. Another 3 from the left side is up and no good. Rebounded by Nestor. Her second rebound of the night. Minute 43 here in the first period. 21-6 Sterling. Hallie Shaver keeps the ball alive as nobody's coming out to press her right now. Now to Haley Lewis as she drives down the left side. Her shot is going to be up and no good. Gets her own rebound. And they're going to call a foul underneath. I believe that is going to be on Jenna Kellogg. Be her first. Amy Anderson in, and Riley Bauman into the game for the Lady Mustangs. As they will inbound right to their basket. Haley Lewis shot from the right side, up and no good. Going to be rebounded, though, by the Sterling Tigers. As they hustle that ball down. Now pop for a three, and that's going to be off and no good. But rebounded on the far side, up and good. And that is going to be Abby Brower for two. Down to a minute to go here, first period, as the Mustangs try to get the ball up across half court, down 23-6. Amy Anderson over to Riley Bauman. Bauman for a shot from the left side, up and no good. It's going to be rebounded by Brower, and they're going to call a foul on Haley Lewis, I believe. Be her first. She was over the back on the rebound. Need to get position. 44.6 seconds to go. First period as the Sterling Tigers bring it in from the far end. Already at half court. Now the pass underneath on the right side is up and no good. Rebounded by Amy Anderson. Shaver over to Kelsey Shaver. Back to Hallie now, over to Amy Anderson out on the high left wing. As the Mustangs look to pass this ball around. Looks like a 2-3 defense for the Sterling Tigers. Shot is up and no good by Amy Anderson. Rebounded to the Sterling Tigers. They're going to slow it down with 10 seconds left here for the final shot of the first period. 2 seconds, down to 1. Shot is going to be up and no good. So at the end of 1, the Sterling Tigers 23, Your Lady Mustangs 6 on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Fort Morgan High School, where the Lady Mustangs are taking on the Lady Tigers of Sterling, as the Lady Sterling Tigers are up 23-6.
You can really see how the Sterling Tigers are ranked number 2. Just with that number of turnovers, the Mustangs had 10 for the first period, and the Sterling Tigers 1.
Yep, and they scored a lot of points off of those turnovers. A 2 from up. Oh, they're going to give her the yeah, that's a 2. And that was to Brooke Polenz, I believe. As now the possession arrow will be to Fort Morgan on the jump ball. Yeah, they're going to call the press off. Sterling coach is calling the press off, which is nice of him. Although they are picking him up at half court. Amy Anderson now over to Kelsey Shaver. Underneath to Riley Bauman. Knocked away from her. Nestor shot it up and no good. Rebounded by it's going to be a jump ball, so that will be to the Sterling Tigers. As they will inbounds far into their court. Now Fort Morgan to put on a full court press. As they get the ball into the corner to Knudsen. Steele, we got a turnover on the press by the Mustangs. Kelsey Shaver to Amy Anderson. Her shot is up and no good. Rebound from the left side is up and no good. And Kelsey Shaver with the rebound, and she was fouled. I didn't catch who that was on for sure, but we will. I believe it was Alex Brower. Her first, team third. Shot is up and no good. Rebounded by the Tigers as they hustle the ball down. Nice pass over here on the left side. And now the shot is going to be up and good by Jenna Knudsen. 6 points on the night for Knudsen. Now another takeaway as did you see who got that? Was that
I believe that was number 21, Taylor
Knudsen?
Taylor Knudsen.
Okay. Now another steal in the backcourt Shot from the left side is going to be up and good by Taylor Knudsen. And it will be a full timeout. So we'll take one with them. The Lady Mustangs down 31-6 on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Fort Morgan High School, along with Corey Riddle, this is Brian Nickel with Julie Garcia back at the station for us tonight. 31-6 with 6:31 to go here in the second period of play as Sterling backed off the full court press, but they do catch him out at mid-court. Now that they're going to say that Shaver was over and back at mid-court, so another turnover by the Lady Mustangs. As the Tigers will inbounds mid-court in front of the scorer's table as they get the ball into Chavez. Kylie Chavez, a 5'7" junior. Work the ball now. A shot from the corner is up and good by Jenna Knudsen. 3 for Jenna. 9 points on the night for Jenna Knudsen. As Kelsey Shaver looks to get the ball, she does over to her sister, now to Riley Bauman. Going to be a kicked ball as they tried to get it inside to Haley Lewis. So Fort Morgan will inbounds left baseline of their basket. They get into Mussman in the left corner. Drives baseline, little up and under is going to be blocked and taken away by the Tigers. As Knudsen brings it all the way down, backs it out. Now going to try a 3 from the right side, and that is going to be off the back of the rim and no good. Tipped around and taken by Haley Lewis as she's going to try to dribble it all the way down. Taken away from her from the back. Another turnover by the Mustangs, but now a turnover by Sterling. Mustangs slow this down a little bit, control it as they're down 34-6. Pass over on that right side as Knudsen steps in front of that pass. That was pretty much telegraphed pass. Shot up and in right at the basket by Abby Brower. 6 points on the night for Brower. Riley Bauman now, so you get it back to Mussman. Under 5 minutes left here in this first half of play, 36-6. Lady Tigers. Bauman in the corner, now a shot, but that's going to be blocked, but Bauman will pick it up. Bauman gets it into Haley Lewis. Lewis's shot is going to be up and good from the right side. So 4 points on the night for Haley Lewis. As the Sterling Tigers set to launch up another one, and that is off the rim and no good, but rebounded by the Tigers. I believe that was up and good by Brooke Polentz. 8 points on the night for Polentz. As Haley Lewis, a shot from the left baseline is up and good. 6 points on the night for Haley Lewis. So not many fouls here in this first half. 3 on Sterling and 1 on Fort Morgan. 40-8. Sterling as they get it right down at the basket. Shot is up and no good. But on the rebound and put back by Taylor Knudsen, she is fouled and shot is no good. I believe that foul is on Abby Mussman, her first. I believe that is Taylor Knudsen at the line. That free throw bounces around and is no good. That's about the only thing that hasn't gone right for Sterling tonight. So they will get set and line up for foul shot number 2, and that is off the back of the rim and no good. Tipped around though and taken by Sterling. And shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Haley Lewis. Nice strong rebound by Lewis as she gets it into the hands of Shaver. Now to Caitlin Wells, who has come into the game. Shaver gets it across half court. Now Mussman on the left side. That's a double dribble on Mussman. Another turnover by the Lady Mustangs. So Caitlin Wells has come into the game for Lindsay Nestor. So Sterling inbounds about 3/4 court for our side. As the Sterling Tigers look to pass around the perimeter here. Just maybe kill a little bit of time. Look for a shot underneath. Now cross court, and that is going to be run down in the corner by Feather. Now to Knudsen. Now a shot from the right side is going to be up and good by Jenna Kellogg, her first 2 points of the night. Kelsey Shaver now brings the ball up across half court, 2:24 to go first half of play. 40-10. Sterling. Haley Lewis at the left elbow. Now Riley Bauman. Her shot is going to be blocked and taken away by Alex Bowie. Quick pass down court to Kylie Chavez. Her shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Abby Mussman. Getting into the hands of Shaver. Now cross court to Abby Mussman. Now to Riley Bauman to Haley Lewis. Her shot is off the side of the rim and no good. Rebounded by the Lady Tigers. Minute 45 here, first half. 40-10, Sterling Tigers. Shot over in the left corner, and that shot is going to be up and good by Kylie Chavez. 4 points on the night for Chavez. Pass to Haley Lewis. Now Riley Bauman at the baseline. You get it back to Lewis. Jumper by Lewis is off the front of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Feather. Shot from the left side is off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Lewis, and she is going to go on the breakaway for a minute, and she stops and pops off the back of the rim and no good, but she gets, I believe it was Shaver that got the rebound. Now there's a foul called, I believe, on Sterling. As Hallie Shaver comes back into the game for Kelsey. Lindsay Nestor to come in. We'll see who comes out. Riley Bauman to take a seat. As Hallie Shaver to inbounds. They get it into Mussman at the free throw line. Now to a head fake there by Lewis. Shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by the Lady Tigers. Handoff. A three is going to be up and good by Taylor Knudsen. 45-10. Just about 30 seconds left here in the first half of play. As the Mustangs work the ball around the perimeter. Pass to Shaver, and that is off the front of the rim and no good and out of bounds. So the Sterling Lady Tigers will probably work this down with 15.8 seconds down to one shot. Up 45-10. As the Mustangs, as they get it worked underneath. Shot is going to be up but no good. Rebound though, shot is up and that is no good. So at the end of the first half of play, it's the Lady Sterling Tigers 44-45, your Lady Mustangs 10 on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Fort Morgan High School with Corey Riddle, this is Brian Nickel as we are getting set to start the second half of play. Mustangs will get the ball first as they are trailing in this game 45-10. Lindsay Nestor, the Shaver twins are in. Haley Lewis and Abby Mussman. Ball is tipped away, not quite taken away. She didn't get rid of the ball though in 5 seconds, so that is a turnover by the Mustangs. First possession, first turnover. As the Lady Tigers get set into their offense quickly over on the far side. Dribbles down the left baseline, now kicks it back out to Knudsen. Knudsen as they try to get it underneath, and it's going to be saved out high by Brower. Chavez out at the point, gets it over to Knudsen. underneath, going to be taken away by Abby Mussman. So turnover by the Sterling Tigers as the Mustangs get the ball up court into the hands of Hallie Shaver. Now to Kelsey Shaver, a long three, and that is off the back of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Haley Lewis. That shot is up and no good. And going to be a tie-up under the basket. So that will be Sterling Tiger offense. So another turnover by the Lady Mustangs. So Knudsen over into the corner to Palan's back to Knudsen out high, deep three, and that's off the front of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Kelsey Shaver, or Hallie Shaver. Now they're going to call her for the travel as she was trying to get her around Jenna Knudsen on the far side. So nobody's scored yet here in this third period of play as the Lady Tigers set up their offense. Quickly pass the ball around. See if they just try to kill a little time. Little jumper from the right side, and that is going to be up and in for Brooke Polens. 10 points on the night for her. Hallie Shaver in the front court gets it underneath to Kelsey Shaver. Now across court to Lindsay Nestor. Nestor's shot is off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Taylor Knudsen, but taken away by the Mustangs. Shot is up and no good by Mussman. Shot again is up and no good by Kelsey Shaver, but she is going to be fouled on the shot. And that foul will go on. We'll see who they... I guess that's going to be on Abby Brower, her first. Yep, they changed that. It's going to be on number 21, Taylor Knudsen. First free throw up and no good by Kelsey Shaver. Second free throw is good. 3 points on the night for Kelsey. 47-11. As Sterling gets the ball deep into their end. And nice job there by Haley Shaver to cause the tie-up. So that will be possession to the Lady Mustangs now as Coach Chrisman will call off the full court press. They'll meet him more about it mid-court. 47-11, 5:43. Ball is going to be tipped away. Another turnover by the Mustangs. Nice job by Lindsay Nestor to catch up to Chavez and knock the ball away from her and out of bounds. So Sterling will inbounds left baseline of their basket. Taylor Knudsen, a 5'10" junior, gets the ball in. Now a shot from the right side. That is going to be off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Nestor. Now they get it into the hands of Hallie Shaver. Deep pass to Haley Lewis. She picks it up, and then the pass is going to be knocked out of bounds by Jenna Knudsen. So 5:23 left here in this third period. Sterling up 47-11. So you get the ball into the hands of Hallie Shaver. Cross court to Nestor. Nestor head fake into the lane. Shot is going to be up and bounces around and no good. Rebounded by Brower. She gets it into the hand of Jenna Knudsen. That ball is going to be tipped and taken away by Hallie Shaver. Now that pass will end up into the hands of Abby Mussman. Mussman hands it up back off to Shaver out at the point. Nestor for a three off the backboard and no good. Rebounded by Taylor Knudsen. Taylor Knudsen now for a deep three off the back of the rim and no good. It's going to be rebounded and a jump ball is going to be called, and that will be possession arrow to the Lady Tigers, as they will now inbounds left baseline of their basket. Fort Morgan in a 2-3 defense, a three from up top, and that is good by Jenna Knudsen. 12 points on the night for Knudsen. As we said before, she is averaging 18.6 points a game, also 92% from the free throw line. Abby Mussman, left jumper from the left side, is up and no good. She does get her own rebound. Nice hustle. Her shot is up and going to be blocked. Now they're going to call a foul underneath, and that looks like that will be on Abby Mussman, her second. So the Lady Tigers inbounds far into the court. 4 minutes to go here, third period, 50-11 Lady Tigers, as Jenna Knudsen looks to get the Sterling Tigers set up in their offense. Cross court to Feather, now back out to Knudsen. A straightaway three is up and bounces out and no good. Tipped around and taken away by Abby Mussman. Hands it off to Hallie Shaver. Shaver now out at the point to Nestor. Nestor looked like she was going to shoot the three, pulls it down, gets it back from Shaver. 2-3 defense here by the Lady Sterling Tigers. They get it into Haley Lewis. Little jumper from the left side and off the backboard, up and good for Lewis. 8 points on the night for Haley Lewis. Jumper from the left side, and that will be a 2, and that will go to Kylie Chavez. 6 points on the night for Chavez, 52-13. 3 minutes left in the third period. Lady Tigers, as they get it back into Haley Lewis. Now they're going to call a foul as Haley passed it back out. There's going to be a foul called. I believe that's on Jenna Knudsen, be her second. Two fouls on Knudsen, also 2 team fouls on the Lady Tigers, 1 on Fort Morgan. Pass tipped away, but run down, passed over to Nestor, now underneath to Haley Lewis. Nice pass there by Nestor to get it into Lewis, and she puts it up for the deuce. 4 points here in the third period for Haley Lewis. Jenna Knudsen all the way down the lane, and then she kicks it off. Let's see who that attempt was by, and that was Alex Bowie, and she was fouled on the shot, and I believe that is going to be 3 on Abby Mussman. So that will send Alex Bowie to the line to shoot 2. That first one is up and good. Northeastern, live in your world, learn in ours. For more information about Northeastern or classes available to you, go to www.njc.edu. Now some changes here for the Lady Mustangs, as that foul shot up and also good. Have Amy Anderson, Caitlin Wells, and Riley Bauman into the game. Shot by Caitlin Wells off the side of the rim and no good. She gets her own rebound. Nice hustle there by Wells as she gets it into the hand of Lewis, and the shot from the left side by Anderson up and no good, rebounded by the Lady Tigers. Now another 3 from the left side, and that's off the rim and no good, but rebounded, shot up and no good. Another rebound by the Lady Tigers, and that is up and good by Kendall Feather. 6 points on the night for Feather. 11 points here for the Lady Tigers here in this third period. 5 for the Mustangs. 56-15 as they get the ball underneath to Riley Bauman. Now she dribbles out to the corner, gets it to Amy Anderson. Haley Lewis back to Caitlin Wells. Wells gets it back to Shaver, now over to Anderson. Bauman looks to get it in. She tried to get it in, but it was tipped away, but taken by Shaver. Caitlin Wells, his pass is going to be knocked around, but saved by Shaver as they get it into Lewis. Lewis's shot is off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Lauren Luft, a 5'10 sophomore. As the Sterling Tigers will call a full timeout, so we'll take one with them with 1:09 to go here. Third period, Lady Mustangs down 56-15 on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Fort Morgan High School as the Lady Tigers get the ball in with Just over a minute to play here, third period. Cross-court pass as the Lady Tigers whip it around the outside. Then they get it in and underneath, and that is going to be to Jenna Knudsen, I believe. Amy Anderson, a shot from the far side is up and no good. So Sterling will take possession with 40.3 seconds. See if they work it down just for one shot with 35 seconds, or if they go right into their offense. Now they're going to take a shot from left side, up and no good, tapped around and off of Sterling. So the Fort Lady Mustangs will get the ball back with 24.3 seconds to get the ball in to Haley Shaver. Guess that would be Hallie Shaver. I'm going to write one of these days if I do it long enough. Riley Bauman, her pass is tipped. Anderson gets it with 10 seconds. Caitlin Wells now with it to Bauman, now to Anderson. Anderson's shot is off the side of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Chavez, and her shot is up and no good at the end of the third period. So at the end of three, the Lady Mustangs down 58-15 on B106 and B106.com. Brian Nickel with Corey Riddle here at Fort Morgan High School as we start this fourth period of play with the Lady Mustangs down 58-15. Players out for the Lady Mustangs. We have Kelsey Shaver out on the floor along with Abby Mussman, Riley Bauman, Kelsey Klaus, and Amy Anderson. As they get the ball into Anderson. Back to Anderson from Shaver. She stands on the far right side. Her pass now is going to be taken away. Another turnover by the Lady Mustangs on their first possession. Now a deep three is going to be up and off the rim and no good. Rebound and tipped around, and it's going to be finally run down by Polentz. Polentz now over to Knudsen out high as they're fighting underneath. Bauman and Knudsen. Riley Bauman doing a nice job underneath to try to keep Brower out of the post. So drive up and no good is the shot by Chavez. And they say it's going to be off of Fort Morgan, out of bounds. So Sterling will inbounds left baseline of their basket. As they get the ball in to Polentz. Her shot from the left elbow is up and good. 12 points on the night for Polentz. Riley Bauman's pass. Amy Anderson runs it down. Now to Abby Mussman. Mussman on the left. She was going to shoot and then didn't, and ended up jumping and coming back down with the ball. So that's a travel and turnover by the Lady Mustangs. So Knudsen with possession of the ball for the Lady Tigers as she gets it off into the corner to Polentz. Polentz drives it right elbow this time. That shot is up and good. 4 points in the quarter for Polentz, 62-15. Shaver picks up her dribble, now gives it over to Mussman. Mussman backs it out towards the center circle. Now she's going to be double teamed. She's got to get rid of the ball. It's going to be 5 seconds. She gets it over to Klaus. Now a timeout is going to be taken by Andy Schoen. It is just a 30-second timeout, so we'll just keep it right here. This Fort Morgan timeout is brought to you by Ehrlich Toyota East. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East in Fort Morgan will fit you into the car or truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, Ehrlich Toyota East. So what's the turnovers look like in this half so far, Corey?
For the Fort Morgan Mustangs, they are sitting at 5, with the Lady Tigers at 4. It's definitely the the turnovers have backed off quite a bit in the second half because the Lady Tigers have kind of backed off their full court press in the second half.
Yeah, it could be a lot worse, but Fort Morgan now to inbounds in the front court as Riley Bauman looks to get the ball in. She gets it in to Amy Anderson. Anderson gets it out to Shaver. Shaver out at the point as the Mustangs look to get their offense set up here. Now Mussman over to Shaver as the Lady Tigers in a zone defense. Now the ball is going to be taken away by the Lady Tigers. Bad pass underneath. 62-15. Layup all the way down, and it's going to be up and no good. Strong rebound by Amy Anderson. Now gets it into the hands of Kelsey Shaver. Picks up her dribble now to Anderson. Anderson dribbles it down to the three-point line, kicks it back out to Shaver. Shaver holds it out there. Now she starts to dribble down to the left side, picks it up once again over to Anderson. Now they're going to call a jump, and that will be possession arrow to the Lady Tigers. As Lindsay Nestor back into the game for Kelsey Klaus. It's going to be for Kelsey Shaver. 5:19 to go here in the game. 62-15 Sterling. Handed off a deep three, and that is off the side of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Mussman. Mussman now dribbles up past half court, kicks it off to Nestor out at the high left side. Now back to Mussman. Under 5 minutes to go here, 62-15. Bauman now up by the three-point line at left wing. Now gets it over to Anderson. Anderson gets it back to Mussman out at the point to get things set up again. Nestor dribbles down the left side, backs out. Now she's going to give it to Mussman and tipped out of bounds by Knudsen. So Fort Morgan will inbounds in front of their bench. Sterling makes a couple of substitutions. As they get it into Anderson. It's going to be tipped away from behind by Knudsen. So Fort Morgan to inbounds once again. Left baseline almost into the corner. As Riley Bauman looks to get the ball in. They do get it into Nestor. Takes a shot from the three-point line and tipped around and taken away by Taylor Knudsen. So they get it into the hands of Jenna. Feather back to Knudsen. Knudsen going to pop from the top, and that is going to be up and good for the two. Abby Mussman now in the front court for the Mustangs. Anderson takes a dribble, then picks it up. Needs to get rid of it, but she did get rid of it, but Jenna Knudsen took it right out of her hands. Layup from the left side is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Nestor. And she brings it up to the front court, 64-15. Bauman now over on the right wing. Picks it up, gives it to Anderson. Anderson is going to have the ball tipped away from her by Feather. Knudsen all the way down, up with the left-handed scoop shot is up and good for Knudsen. $18 points on the night for Knudsen. That's just what she's averaging. 3:15 and counting here in the game, 66-15. So we have a timeout taken here now by Andy Schoen and the Fort Morgan Mustangs. And it is a full timeout. So we'll take one with them, 66-15. Lady Sterling Tigers on B106 and B106.com. 3:05 left here in this contest, 66-15 Lady Tigers. As we now have Hallie Shaver into the game, Caitlin Wells, Lindsay Nestor, Riley Bauman, and Kelsey Klaus, your players for the Lady Mustangs. Shaver left shot from left side up and no good. Ball is tipped around and finally taken away by Chavez for the Tigers. Down under 3 minutes now. Chavez being guarded by Shaver out high. She drives it all the way down, then kicks it out to the corner, and that shot is going to be up and good by Feather. Her first 2 of the fourth period. 8 points on the night for Feather. Lindsay Nestor now for a 3, and that is off the side of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Kellogg in the corner. She hands it off to Chavez. Now as the Mustangs set back into their defense, man-to-man defense. Pass over into the corner, and that shot is going to be up and good by Chavez. 8 points on the night for Chavez. Under 2 minutes now, 70-15. Ball is going to be tipped. But Fort Morgan will retain possession as they get the ball into Bauman. Bauman now over to Shaver. Shaver gets it back out to Wells. She is guarded out high by Feather. Gets it into the hand of Shaver. Now a minute 35 to go here. Riley Bauman out high past the three-point line. To Wells now on the left wing. Nestor for a 2 from the top, and that is off the rim and no good. Going to be rebounded by Chavez. And Chavez looks like she will slow it down here just a little bit, and Sterling looks like they will call a 30-second timeout, but we will just keep it right here as we will give you some of the sponsors that make these broadcasts available for us to bring to you people tonight. First National Bank in Fleming. Bank your financial needs with a Logan County home-owned bank since 1917. First National Bank in Fleming, member FDIC. Pete's Farmers Cooperative have been in business since 1915, and they are still the small-town company that cares about each of their individual customers. See them for all your propane, fuel, and farm needs. Papa Murphy's Pizza makes it easy to feed the whole team and make everybody happy. Call Papa Murphy's in Sterling at 522-4900.
You just made me hungry there, Brian.
Well, that's what it said you're supposed to do. It's supposed to make you hungry. So you can drive to Sterling tonight and get a pizza after the games. Now it looks like the Lady Tigers will just pass this ball around, hopefully, and you've run this clock out. It looks like most of the players in there now are non-starters as they look to just pass it around the perimeter down to 40 seconds. Now a shot from the right side is up and no good. Going to be run down in the corner and taken away by the Lady Tigers. Over into the far corner, now out high to Wolfleet. As the Lady Tigers will just take the air out of this ball and will get this game over with. As the Lady Mustangs down 70-15. Shot is up and no good. Rebounded by the Lady Tigers. Get it into the hands of Bowie. Now underneath, the shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded. And that shot is going to be off the top of the backboard and no good. So at the end of this game, it will be the Lady Tigers 70, your Lady Mustangs 15. We will be back in 3 minutes with the postgame show on B106 and B106.com. The Fort Morgan Mustangs postgame show is brought to you by Morgan Community College. Find out why Morgan Community College is the best choice for your higher education. Visit MCC online at www.morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session. MCC here to help you imagine your possibilities, believe in yourself, and achieve your goals. So not a good night here for the Lady Mustangs as they go down 70-15. Did not score a point in that fourth period, only scored 5 in the third. Leading scorers for the Lady Tigers, Jenna Knudsen with 18, Brooke Polenz with 14, Taylor Knudsen with 12, Kendall Feather and Kylie Shaver each with 8. Abby Brower with 6. Alex Bowie with 2, and Jenna Kellogg with 2 for their 70 points. For your Lady Mustangs tonight, it was Haley Lewis with 10 points, Kelsey Shaver with 3, and Hallie Shaver with 2. So I think Corey's got some other numbers for us.
We're going to start with turnovers for tonight. The Lady Mustangs had a total of 24, and the Lady Tigers was 7. Majority of those turnovers for the Lady Mustangs was in the first half when the Lady Tigers were putting on a heck of a full court press there. And for rebounds for the Lady Tigers, Brooke Collins had 2, Kendall Feather 2, Jenna Kellogg 2, Lauren Luff 1, Taylor Knudsen, 4, Abby Brower 5, and Jenna Knudsen 4. For the Lady Mustangs, Caitlin Wells 1, Kelsey Shaver 1, Hallie Shaver 1, Amy Anderson 2, Riley Bauman 1, Haley Lewis 6, Abby Mussman 6, and Lindsay Nestor 2. What do you think? Player of the game tonight, Brian? Who's that sponsored by?
I believe that is sponsored by Mr. D's Ace Home Center with 3 locations to serve you better. Sterling, Brush, and Fort Morgan. Your headquarters for all your home, farm, and ranch supplies from plumbing to feed.
I think tonight we should give it to Haley Lewis.
I believe that would be a good bet.
She had 6 rebounds tonight, and how many points?
She had 10 points.
Well, they tried. They put up a heck of a fight tonight.
They're just outclassed. I mean, Sterling is just they're a top-notch class. It doesn't matter what classification they're going to go to. They could go up to 5A, and they're going to give everybody in the Denver area a run for their money. So they're just a top-notch organization right now, and look to be that way next year with only one senior starter out there. So Jenna Knudsen is the only senior starter. The rest of them are either sophomores or juniors. So they're going to be a force to reckon with again next year in the 3A classification. So,
well, everyone stick around. We got the boys game starting here in about 10 minutes, and hopefully that'll be a good game. So stick around, and thanks for listening.
The next up for the girls will be Alameda tomorrow night. We have the girls game scheduled for 5:30, which will be a Colorado 7 League contest, and then the boys will follow at 7 o'clock also tomorrow night. So we will take a break and then look forward here to the boys game here on B106 and B106.com.